How did you sleep last night? How do you sleep generally? Do you ever go to work feeling beyond tired, actually exhausted? I do. And that's absolutely fine because I'm operating nothing more dangerous than a computer mouse. In a demolition or construction setting, however, fatigue and sleep deprivation can be a major potential hazard. So that's going to be my subject for the day. But first, let's define exactly what we mean by fatigue. Fatigue is not just feeling a bit tired after a long day. It's a state of exhaustion that reduces your physical and mental capacities. It can be caused by long working hours, inadequate rest, or high stress levels. Let me say that again because it's very important. It can be caused by long working hours, inadequate rest, or high stress levels. Based on that, you might say that demolition and construction is probably the perfect breeding ground for worker fatigue. The problem is that in demolition and construction, fatigue can have dire consequences because the work is often physically demanding, it requires precise coordination, and it involves potentially dangerous equipment and environments. When a worker is fatigued, their reaction time slows down. Studies suggest that a fatigued brain works much like a brain of someone under the influence of drugs or alcohol. Neurons respond more slowly and send weaker signals to the body, paving the way for cognitive lapses. Mr. Trump, are you listening? This is critical in construction and demolition, where quick reflexes can mean the difference between avoiding an accident and actually getting injured, possibly even killed. Fatigue also impairs decision making abilities. A tired worker might overlook safety protocols, misjudge distances, or forget to secure a safety harness properly. These small mistakes can lead to severe accidents, including falls, equipment malfunctions, and even structural collapses. Fatigue doesn't just affect physical performance either, it can impact upon your mental health. Workers who are constantly fatigued are more likely to experience mood swings, anxiety, and depression. These mental health issues, as well, can further degrade a worker's ability to perform their job safely and efficiently. In a high risk environment like construction or demolition, a momentary lapse in concentration due to fatigue can be fatal. Now, several factors contribute to fatigue in the demolition and construction industry, and one of the primary causes is long working hours. Construction projects often operate under tight deadlines, leading to extended shifts and insufficient rest periods. While overtime might seem like a necessary evil to meet deadlines or possibly to pay the bills, it significantly increases the risk of fatigue related accidents. So, what can be done to mitigate the risks of fatigue in the demolition and construction workplace? Well, for one thing, employers need to prioritize the health and safety of their workers by implementing strategies to manage and reduce fatigue. I've seen no sign of that happening. Firstly, it's crucial to establish reasonable working hours and ensure that workers get adequate breaks. See no sign of that either. Secondly, fostering a culture that values safety over speed is essential. Workers should feel empowered to speak up if they're feeling too tired to continue working safely. Has anyone ever done that? Could you do that? My guess is probably not. Workers need to be educated about the symptoms of fatigue, such as drowsiness, difficulty concentrating, and irritability. Now, obviously, technology can also play a key role in mitigating fatigue. Wearable devices that monitor vital signs and alert workers when they are showing signs of fatigue can be integrated into the workplace. These devices can track heart rate, activity levels, and even detect microsleeps, providing real time data that can prompt timely interventions. By analyzing patterns and predicting periods of high fatigue, these systems can suggest optimal rest times and shift rotations to keep workers at their peak performance levels. Remember, a well rested worker is not just a safer worker, but probably a more efficient and productive one as well. We have protocols to deal with workers that are impaired by the presence of alcohol or drugs. Isn't it about time we had protocols for those that are impaired by a lack of rest?